you're like me, you're probably dying for some more Final Fantasy VII Remake news. Welcome back, my friends, to another video here on the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake. If you guys aren't aware, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are, but if you're not, basically Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be a series, right? If you played the original game, you know that the first part of the remake is literally just like 5% maybe of the whole entire game, maybe 10%, but even that's pushing it. I would say probably closer to 5%. And it's a very small section, right? It's just the Midgar section at the very beginning of the game, and that's all they remade for now because they're obviously expanding on the story. They're adding a lot more story elements. They're changing some things here and there as well. But we have actually news regarding Part 2 of Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is really exciting because I've been dying to hear just anything about this. Now, this is actually coming from an interview with, I think it was with The Guardian. So co-director, I'm going to butcher their names, by the way. Co-director Nakoi Hamaguchi, if I'm pronouncing that right, and producer Yoshinori Katase. I don't know. I'm butchering their names. I'm sorry. They discussed how the production basically of the game is going, and you know, how they're kind of coping with continuing the development of Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, which they didn't say necessarily call it directly Part 2. I don't know what they're going to be calling it, by the way. But they're discussing how they're dealing with the development of it, especially right now with, you know, the global situation. So this is the first thing they had to say. They said, when we set the release date for the game, the first game, nobody could have predicted a global pandemic like this. And the release of the game happening during this unprecedented situation has blindsided us. At this current time, the team are still making the next game via remote working, so at home. They don't seem to think that you know, the situation is going to affect their development too much, claiming that their performance will temporarily drop below 100% efficiency because of this, but that they do not think there should be a big impact in the long term. So again, you know, we know that they're obviously making it. I mean, it's very obvious that they would have started development on it, and yes, it's slowed things down in the current state the world's in, and you know, the fact that they have to work from home or remotely, right? But they don't think it's going to be too much of an impact on their development. So I don't think they're looking at like, you know, like half a year to a year delay or something on Part 2 because of it. But that's not all. So they're also asked regarding the ending, because the ending kind of had like a polarizing response. I'm not going to spoil it for those of you guys who haven't finished it, but basically the ending seemed to suggest they might be, you know, kind of steering off the main story of the first game a little bit, right? They might be going a little bit in a different direction, while I still would assume, you know, sticking to the overall arcing plot, right, of the first game, that main thread, but still kind of like playing with it. That seems to be what was suggested. So they were asked about that, and of course the response was, I am not able to tell you the answer to that now. I understand that there is a lot of speculation among the fans. That is what we wanted, and we've really enjoyed seeing these theories and guesses of what the ending means. So no answers on that. They're just having fun watching all of us theorize, you know, what it all means and all that good stuff. And then they ended it basically saying that they're glad that Final Fantasy VII Remake is able to provide those who are forced to endure the stress of living under a lockdown right now a little bit of a moment of relief and enjoyment in these trying times. So, you know, they're glad that Final Fantasy VII Remake is available for fans to enjoy and play right now. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That was the interview. So basically, you know, development for Part 2 is well underway. They're working hard on it, even though they're, you know, most of them are probably stuck at home or in remote locations, which I guess maybe doesn't mean just at home. Maybe they have like smaller facilities where there's more social distancing. I'm not sure how that really, you know, plays out. I'm assuming most of it's from home, but it is well underway. So when are we going to see it? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Obviously, I'm assuming it'll probably be a PS5 title, right? Because PS5 and Xbox Series X is launching later this year. By the time Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 comes out, it's probably not going to be till at least at least 2021, if not 2022. So I'm hoping they can hammer out these games in about 2 or 3 years. They already have most of the assets they need, right, from the first game. So they can, you know, obviously that's already done. The engine basically is done. So it's not going to take as long as the first game, right? It's going to be a lot quicker to develop the second part and, you know, how many other parts there are going to be than it was for the first part. So I'm really excited. I cannot wait to get more information. Whenever we do, I'll be the first to let you guys know here on the channel, so keep it locked. If you missed my playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Remake, you can catch it on my channel. I did the whole series. It's all in a playlist. I'll link down in the description below. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed it, leave it a like, subscribe, guys new. Hope you guys are staying safe and staying well. And let me know if you guys are excited and highly anticipating part 2 of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'll catch you guys very soon in another video. Until then, my friends, game on, and thanks for watching.